Burn Gorman, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on today. So first thing, and please don't take this as a rude question, I'm just curious, Burn, your actual birth name.
Yeah, to put it bluntly, my dad was a hippie. We were living in Los Angeles, and he is actually a professor of linguistics. So, yeah, that's right. It's a derivative of strong as a bear, I think it means. But when you're at school, you just want to be like a Paul or a Bob, don't you? You know. But, yeah, I'm glad of it now as an actor.
Have you coined the phrase as like your catchphrase, you just got burned?
Yeah, that's right. It kind of, over the years, you know, I've definitely got used to people saying burn, baby, burn. But, yeah, like I say, it's, at least people sort of remember the name and go, oh, yeah, that guy. He was in that thing, you know, the one with the funny name, you know.
So season 2, AMC's turn, it's coming out on Monday night. And for people who aren't familiar with it, just to catch them up, it's like America's first spy ring. And you play the Oyster Major, Major Hewlett.
That's right, yeah. We're really excited about this second season. You know, this is a true story, and it's about how the Commander-in-Chief, George Washington, who not only was a great leader and an amazing tactician, was also, you know, responsible for the formation of America's first spy ring. You know, it's this incredible story which is told about these true, you know, original American heroes, which was only discovered in the 1930s. And I play, you know, one of the English, the British guys, who is here as part of the, you know, revolutionary occupation, I'm afraid. But, you know, it's a great story about how these guys turned the tide of the war against the most powerful army in the world, and the best men won, you know, and women won. Yeah.
Do you think, knowing what you know now from being on this show and knowing the history, could Burn Gorman cut it as a spy?
Oh, do you know what? I think my mouth is too big. I love gossiping is my problem. So yeah, I'm not sure I would go up to the standards that these guys. The reason they were so successful is because they wouldn't let anyone in the spy ring that they hadn't grown up with. You know, they had all lived in this place called Setauket, which is in Long Island, and they were able to move across the, you know, the Sound into New York and out of New York very quickly and share information. But they wouldn't let anyone else in. Rightly so, you know, that's why it was so successful. I don't think I'd cut it. What about you? Do you think you'd... Can you see yourself as James Bond-type character?
Not as a James Bond, because I'm not what you'd
No.
call in shape to be an action hero.
I don't believe it.
But for me, if I were working on this set, you know, and dealing with, you know, and I'm sure you as an actor, you get into character, are you more suspicious now of people?
It depends what they want from me, I think. Unfortunately, as an English person, if somebody comes up and asks you for something, you're immediately suspicious. But no, I'm kidding. We're lucky. We have a cast of lots of Brits, lots of Americans, lots of Australians, who all get on like a house on fire. It's just one of those shows where they cast it really well, and so there's no kind of divisions between the different nations. We all get on set and have a real blast. You know, we feel very lucky to be involved in this incredible true story. You know, and this season you get to see more of George Washington, and you get to meet Benedict Arnold. You know, you get to meet the great traitor himself, and perhaps, you know, clear up some things which I don't know about you, but in England we were never taught about the Revolutionary War. I wonder why. So it's just great going back to this, having history presented in this very exciting, very real way, you know. It's great.
So growing up in London public schools, was it, and okay, so, and then 1776 happened, and this country called America just popped up, and now we're moving on, and...
That's right, it is a little like that, to be honest. We learned very much about the kings and the queens. But I like to think that if George III hadn't been essentially insane, you know, that maybe we would have still had you know, had our common bond. But I think the best outcome happened. You know, you guys, you know, what a great nation. What a great nation that was created out of that.
I had nothing to do with it, but I'll take full credit.
No, absolutely. I'm actually, you know, I was actually born in the States, so I have dual citizenship. So I'm very proud to live here and to raise my family here. It's just great.
Now, speaking of Mad Kings, shifting gears, Game of Thrones new season comes out. Now, I know Karl Tanner probably not going to be in this season, but do you have any insight as to what's coming out?
Well, it's interesting because yesterday I almost met Kit Harington again. For those who haven't seen season 4, we meet and perhaps one of us doesn't come out too well out of it. But excuse me. I would be put to death by dragonfire if I gave any spoilers away. But thankfully, I'm a massive fan as well of Game of Thrones, so I don't know. There's nothing that I know that I could share, unfortunately. I'm really excited about seeing where it goes, you know. I can't wait.
What's one of your favorite kind of behind-the-scenes moments that's happened that maybe people don't know about?
Well, listen, I know it's early in the morning, but I think people should be aware of just how much shall we say, animal poop there is everywhere. Basically, when you're in the Night's Watch, you get to film in rainy Belfast and in freezing cold Iceland, while the rest of them are in, like, you know, these really sunny climes of Croatia and Malta. And, you know, the Night's Watch, you know, they really have to put up with it. Let's just say it's not the most glamorous of shooting locations. But it was, honestly, again, I know I keep saying it, but it was such a great thing to be part of. They're all such a great bunch of people, and a little animal doodah between you and me, you know, it didn't spoil the experience. It was just great.
And now one last question, and I promise I'll let you go, Burn. I read this online, and, you know, you always have to take everything you read online with a grain of salt, but you are a human beatbox champion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always true what you read on Wikipedia, but yes, in that case, shall we say it was a little indiscretion of my youth. I was very, you know, it was an alternate career path for me. I was very involved in music, and one of the things that, you know, I love 1980s hip hop, and that was just something which I used to do a bit of. But now now I've got 3 kids, I try and just stick to acting, you know.
If I can make a request, maybe in season 3, can we get Major Hewlett beatboxing at one point when he's addressing his troops?
That's right. Now that it will get viewers. Yes, I think that's a great idea.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you very much. Burn Gorman, AMC's Turn, premieres Monday night. It's season 2. And Burn, thank you so much for taking the time and calling in today, my friend.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Take care.